Samuel was a higher institution student studying architecture in Balba University. As he was returning from school on a particular hot afternoon, he boarded a bus and got lost in his own entertainment while sitting in it. His hoodie was up and his headset blocked out the surrounding noise as he scrolled through his phone. The driver stopped later to carry another passenger. As Samuel glanced up, his eyes moved from the passenger and settled on the driver. A sudden inexplicable urge struck him to tell the driver, "God bless you." He ignored the thoughts and continued fidgeting with his phone, fearing ridicule or awkwardness in front of the other passengers. The thoughts lingered in an even bigger force. Samuel decided that he'll try. Then he resolved that he will. Samuel's resolve strengthened. He decided to take a chance. When the bus arrived his destination, he got down from the bus. He went to the driver's door, pulled out his money from his pocket, and handed it over to the driver. While waiting for his change, he studied the driver's face and observed the passengers, wondering how he'd bring himself to say, "God bless you," for no reason. He couldn't. The driver handed over his change to him. For some seconds, the driver waited as if he was expecting something from the boy. Then he asked him, "Any problem?" The boy shook his head and answered, "No, you can go." The bus pulled away, leaving Samuel wondering why he felt such unusual urge and the difference it would have made if he uttered those words. He couldn't shake off the feeling of regret that he had missed an opportunity to make a difference in someone's life, and he couldn't understand why. To the ignorance of Samuel, the driver, Mr. Johnson, was a very good man. However, he was having some internal struggles. His wife was ill, and the medical bills were piling up. He had been driving for hours, exhausted and worried. That morning, as he began his route, he received news that his wife's condition had worsened. The weight of his concerns threatened to overwhelm him. Yet, he continued driving, praying in his heart that he doesn't break down. He needed God to show that he was still with him. As Samuel boarded the bus, Mr. Johnson was at his breaking point. Those 3 words from a stranger would have lifted his spirits, but Samuel missed being that stranger. As the day wore on, Mr. Johnson's exhaustion deepened. Passengers came and went, each absorbed in their own worlds. The city noise and the chaos enveloped him. Later, in the evening, there were 2 passengers left for Mr. Johnson to drop off before heading to his house. They were one woman and her little daughter sitting on her laps. The young girl was no more than 10. As the woman dropped from the bus with her daughter, the little girl turned to the driver and said, "God bless you, driver." Her smile and innocence revitalized Mr. Johnson, and he didn't realize when a broad smile beamed on his face. The woman smiled at the driver and led her daughter away by the hands. The girl's words rekindled Mr. Johnson's faith, and he knew immediately that everything will be fine. Have you ever had a moment where you felt prompted to bless someone but hesitated? Share your own stories of unspoken words in the comments below. Mere words of the mouth can also transform lives. Share your own stories of receiving or giving blessings in the comment section.